Welcome back to our channel, friends. Today is a beautiful day to pour a fresh cup of coffee, pull up a comfortable chair, and dive deep into the latest happenings in Port Charles. We always love sharing these moments with you, unpacking all the twists and turns that keep us on the edge of our seats. Let us get right into the thick of it. I have to tell you, my heart has been doing absolute flip-flops just thinking about the heavy burden resting on the shoulders of young Trina Robinson and Kai Taylor. Bless their hearts, these two are sitting on a powder keg of a secret, and it looks like they might finally be getting ready to share some truly earth-shattering news with Michael Corinthos. For the longest time, I have watched Michael walking around with this heavy cloud of suspicion hanging over him. You can just see it in his eyes, that deep nagging feeling that a husband and a father gets when he knows something is terribly wrong in his home, but he just cannot put his finger on the proof. It is a terrible thing to feel like you are losing your mind, suspecting the worst, but having absolutely nothing concrete to back it up. Well, it seems Michael might finally be getting that precious missing puzzle piece he has been desperately searching for. When I think back to that dreadful night at Drew Kane's house, I just get shivers down my spine imagining what Trina and Kai went through. Picture this. They were hiding inside the house, completely terrified in the dark, right when Drew was shot. And in that awful, quiet moment of sheer panic, they heard something so specific and so undeniable that it changed everything. They heard Willow Kane's very distinct ringtone, the special one she has set just for little Wiley Corinthos. Now, you and I both know that a mother's ringtone for her child is something you recognize clear as a bell. In that heart-stopping instant, Trina and Kai knew without a shadow of a doubt that Willow was the one standing there in the shadows. They knew she was the one who pulled that trigger. Just imagine carrying the weight of knowing a mother could do something so violent and cold. What really gets my mind spinning is the tangled web of assumptions Trina and Kai have woven about what happened next. Right now, those two sweet kids are under the impression that Willow also tried to drown Drew in the lake. But here is the kicker. They think Drew is the one holding all the cards. They honestly believe Drew is blackmailing Willow, holding this dark secret over her head instead of doing the right thing and going to the police. It makes sense why they would think that, given how messy things always get in this town. But oh, how wrong they are, and it just makes me want to reach through the screen and tell them the real story. We all know the absolute, unvarnished truth, and it is entirely the other way around. It just boils my blood to see how manipulative Willow has become. She is actually the one blackmailing Drew, forcing him to keep his mouth shut about everything, and she is doing it with the sinister help of Jack Brennan. And if that was not enough of a tangled mess, Drew is also being forced to bite his tongue about Nina Reeves. Let us not forget that Nina was the one who actually pushed Drew into that freezing lake. The amount of secrets these people are keeping for one another is enough to make your head spin right off your shoulders. It is a house of cards, and it is only a matter of time before the wind blows it all down. My biggest worry in all of this, and I know you feel the exact same way, is the children. Those precious, innocent little ones are living in a home surrounded by all this toxic, dangerous energy. Trina and Kai are agonizing over this very thing. Their moral compass is spinning, and they are deeply considering whether they should just bite the bullet and tell Michael the absolute truth. They know for a fact that Willow shot Drew, and they know those kids are in the care of a woman who is capable of unspeakable things. It is a terrible dilemma for them, because doing the right thing rarely comes without a heavy price. The question that keeps me awake at night is whether Kai and Trina will actually go through with this confession. I truly believe they might just come to the realization that Michael deserves the truth, plain and simple. No father should be kept in the dark about the true nature of the woman raising his children. This is especially urgent because we can all see the storm clouds gathering for another massive custody battle. Michael is going to need every single piece of ammunition he can get his hands on to protect his family, and Trina and Kai hold the golden ticket. However, my heart aches for the danger Trina and Kai are putting themselves in by coming forward now. You see, the law can be a very tricky and unforgiving thing. If it comes out that they were hiding in Drew's house on the night of the shooting and deliberately kept that crucial information from the police all this time, they could face some very serious legal trouble themselves. Withholding evidence in an attempted murder investigation is no walk in the park. They are risking their own futures, their own freedom, just to do the right thing for Michael and those babies. That takes a lot of courage, but it also makes me so incredibly nervous for them. Now, we have to talk about the elephant in the room, which is the absolute travesty of the criminal justice system in this situation. It is a hard pill to swallow, but Willow cannot actually be sent to prison for shooting Drew anymore. Thanks to that jury finding her not guilty, she is protected by the rule of double jeopardy. She was acquitted, she walked out of that courtroom a free woman, and legally, her hands are washed of the crime. It is incredibly frustrating to watch someone get away with something so heinous, knowing they manipulated the system to save their own skin. But do not lose hope just yet, because the court of family law is a completely different animal. This intelligence from Trina and Kai is nothing short of pure gold for Michael. Even if Willow cannot go to jail, this proof will light a fire under Michael like we have never seen before. It will give him the absolute determination and the ironclad resolve to fight tooth and nail in that custody battle. He will know exactly who he is dealing with, and he will not stop until his children are safe from her influence. I have a very strong feeling that the first person Michael will turn to with this explosive information is none other than Alexis Davis. Alexis has always been a pillar of legal wisdom, and she actually holds the key to proving Trina and Kai's story. You see, Alexis took it upon herself to check Willow's phone logs from that fateful night, and what do you know, she found a record of a call coming in from Wiley at the exact same time Trina and Kai heard that specific ringtone echoing in the dark. Alexis can completely validate their story, turning what sounds like a wild accusation into undeniable, documented fact. With Alexis confirming the timeline, Michael's wheels are going to start turning. I can completely picture him deciding to take matters into his own hands and setting a clever trap for Willow. He knows he cannot just accuse her. She will just lie her way out of it like she always does. No, Michael needs to be smart. He needs to corner her, play on her emotions, and secretly record her confessing to the whole thing. Imagine the suspense of Michael carefully choosing his words, trying to goad her into admitting what she did, while a little recorder captures every single damning word. But then again, we cannot count out the wild card in all of this. Jacinda Bracken. Jacinda has her own axes to grind, and she is absolutely plotting her own moves against Willow. Jacinda is sharp, she is relentless, and she knows exactly how to push people to their absolute breaking point. It would not surprise me one bit if Jacinda is the one who ends up orchestrating the trap. She could easily back Willow into a corner, completely stripping away that sweet, innocent mask Willow wears so well. I can see it playing out in my mind so clearly. Willow has grown so arrogant, so utterly confident in her ability to outsmart everyone and escape justice. All it takes is the right provocation, the right insult, and Willow might just snap. In a fit of rage and pride, she might just blurt out the truth, bragging about how she shot Drew and got away with it right under everyone's noses. That kind of hubris is always what brings these villains down, and hearing her say those words out loud would be the ultimate downfall. If that recorded confession makes its way into the custody hearing, it is going to cause an absolute earthquake. The judge might not be able to send her to prison, but you better believe a family court judge will strip a mother of her custody rights if they hear her admitting to a violent shooting and a massive cover-up. The sheer toxicity of her actions would prove she is entirely unfit to raise those precious children. Depending on how the cards fall, this could be the exact moment Willow loses the one thing she claims to care about the most. And let us not forget, my friends, that the shooting is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Willow's dark deeds. We, the viewers, know the deepest, most sickening secret of all. Willow is the one who cruelly and maliciously drugged Drew, leaving him completely paralyzed and helpless for months on end. To take away a man's mobility, to trap him in his own body just to protect your own selfish interests, is a level of evil that is hard to even comprehend. She has layers upon layers of deception, and the truth is bound to come spilling out. It is going to be incredibly fascinating to watch how Michael handles all of this as these horrible secrets finally see the light of day. Will he be able to uncover the truth about the drugging too? Will he use every single one of her sins to completely dismantle her life? And with the Sidwell court storyline bringing even more intense complications and new headaches for Willow, the pressure is reaching a boiling point. All of these tangled threads are pulling tight, and it is setting the stage for an absolutely explosive, earth-shattering conclusion for Willow Kane that we will be talking about for years to come.